So again, if I want to get Carl's back on the mat, I'm reaching, but Carl will be raising his hands too. And rather than getting into a hand fight with him, because once Carl raises his hands, I'm looking wrist control and he's looking to grab my wrists. So another way of getting his back to the mat is as I go to push his shoulders and his hands come up, I level change and just pick up his ankles. Now I'm into my safety position again. Again, some of you guys were having difficulty getting into the leg lock. When I get the safety position and my left knee's trying to drive Carl's knee like that, I control his hip, and my other hand's controlling his knee. So his leg's already nearly under my armpit without doing this. Because if I do that, he knows I'm going for that knee, the boot on straight away before I even get to here, and he's already coming up. So it makes sense from here that I'm just cupping this knee. So when I spear it, I'm into my full lock, I'm here. Okay, so when we done the belly down Achilles, Carl puts the boot on, turns his knee so he can't remove the Achilles lock again, and then he's stuffing this. But I can do something else before I get to that stage. So again, if I can shut down his attacks before they happen, that's going to be a good thing. So transition to the leg drag pass, and then we're going to get so from here, the second card puts the boot on. Yep. Once he puts the boot on, all I'm going to do is my left hand is going to grab his shin. I'm going to post my hand on the mat, and I'm going to drag it across. So I've got an underhook on his leg. Okay, my left hand switches to the knee. Okay, and now I'm doing that technical stand-up that we did at the start. Okay, so as I pull this knee, my foot's coming up, this hand's searching for the hip, and I drive laterally sideways in the leg drag position. So I'm controlling his hips. I want Carl's hips facing in the opposite direction of where I want to go, so he can't hip escape into me. Okay, so I'm hugging his hips, my head is down. Ideally I want his arm. In reality, he's probably not going to give me his back if he's good. If that's the case, I'll just win the crossface. But tonight we're going to look at a variation of getting to the back. Okay, so from this hugging the hip position, get my head in here. I want to fill this space, this profile, with my chair sit, which was the second thing we did in the warm-up. My left hand's already winning the underhook. I slide my left knee, right knee behind his back. I step over, secure harness control. So my right arm's coming over, left I'm getting ear to ear, and rolling to my weak side. This is not the best position to be in. Ideally, I want to be here. Carl tries to do is scrape off escape. Now it's a lot more difficult. Whereas when he's on this side and he gets his head to the bottom, Carl puts his shoulder on the mat, he's going to get out of that position. But we're going to show you how to finish from there. If you haven't done much jiu-jitsu, I would just get to the leg drag position. I wouldn't do this, so we get to here. Okay. The first thing I want to do is when I get to this position here, it's very hard to rear naked someone or choke him, because already Carl's getting his grips, and if I come across, he's got a chin-up grip, he's got three things defending us from the choke. He's got two arms and a tucked chin, so he's got three things. I've only got two arms. So the second I get to here, I'm already hand fighting. Okay, I'm grabbing the wrists. So the arm I want to trap is the top arm, so I stuff it, I tie it up. Okay, and from here, okay, I want to be controlling this wrist. I don't want it the other way around. Okay, I want to be here, controlling this wrist. So, Carl's last defense is to tuck his chin. So my left hand's coming underneath the chin. I have to be nasty, like starting a car. So I wiggle it in, I get it as far as I can, then I raise my forearm, and then I shoot it through. But my arm is trapped. I can't get my rear naked, so I'm going to use this lever to sit him up, pull it through, and then I have my rear naked. And from here, I just expand my chest by inhaling, and I have a choke. So, one more time. From here, I go high, car defense, I level change, pick up the ankles, in my safety position again, hip and lever principle. So I cut an angle, smear to get into my Achilles position. The second he puts the boot on, rather than waiting him for the escape, because in reality when I hit the Achilles, you'll get it in the first second and you're spot on. Okay? So I grab the chin, push my arm on the mat. If I can't drive across, I just got to straighten my body. Pull it across, so an underhook on my left side. Switch to the knee. Okay, now I do my technical stand-up, which was that movement in the warm-up. Okay? So from here, the second I come up, I'm searching for a sit, because if I don't, he's hip escaping that way, and then he can play his game. Hip escape now. Okay, so I get my knee across. Okay. In gi, I would probably be playing an elbow vice, a posted leg, but because I don't have the control, I'm going to bring my knee in, so I'm clamping it with my hip. Okay, I've got to be careful here. If my head is not central, towards the guillotines and stuff from there. So I keep my head on the sternum, okay? And my hand's going to smear across. So I can attack this profile. So now we've got a chair sit. So my left hand's coming into the jugular, my right knee slides across. So now we're into this rolling from our left to our right. This was our chair sit drill. So I get ear to ear, step over. Okay. In transition, I'd be hitting the choke, but for the sake of the drill, I'm controlling Carl's wrist, rolling from the left to the right. I have wrist control. Okay. I stuff it, clamp it, touch his chin. Okay, but I've got the inside track here. So I tuck it in, starting the car, wiggle, wiggle. Once I get it as far as I can, I raise my forearm, get my hand on the far shoulder. Okay. And then from here I use this as a lever just to sit him up a little bit so I can free this. Again, I don't want to be doing this. Car can latch onto my arm. I'm in trouble. Okay. So nothing passes the blades of the shoulder. Okay. So from this position here, then I'm coming back. Okay, and I wiggle this in. This comes from behind. Okay. So I frame my bicep, and then I just expand my chest. Okay, so that's your failed Achilles to the leg drag pass.